Yeah, here we go. Now, first, of course, I just want to point out here that LinkedIn has become kind of the industry standard, specifically if you are looking for a new job. LinkedIn was recently purchased by Microsoft. So Microsoft for a long time wanted to get into the social networking game. So they bought LinkedIn, which was actually a brilliant move. And one of the things that they're doing is they're starting to integrate some of the other aspects of their other platforms into LinkedIn. LinkedIn is going through an entire renaissance, and this is just the beginning. There's going to be a lot more to come. But the first thing that we want to do is we want to show you how to develop a master LinkedIn profile, because everything starts from there. And once you develop your LinkedIn profile, you will easily be able to find a job, get sales, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, the nice thing about this is that your LinkedIn profile is a consistent element that's going to cross whether you're a business owner or a job seeker. The LinkedIn profile tactics that we're going to teach you are going to apply for both of those goals in mind. So let's get into it. So if you are here listening to LinkedIn Mastery course right now, so why is it important to be on LinkedIn in 2017 if you're a job seeker?
Well, here's some stats. 94% of recruiters now use LinkedIn to vet job candidates. That's right. That means if you are looking for a job, 94% of the recruiters out there will use LinkedIn and your LinkedIn profile to determine whether or not you are hireable. 48% of all recruiters exclusively use LinkedIn for outreach, and that is actually increasing. Right now, there are 6.5 million active job listings on LinkedIn, and over 75% of people who recently changed jobs use LinkedIn to inform their career decision.
So if you're looking for a job right now, LinkedIn is the platform that you want to be on to find that job of your dreams. And we will get into the tactics that are necessary to really make that happen. Now, if you're a business owner or a sales professional, here are some other statistics that should motivate you to really dive into the LinkedIn platform and to focus some of your energies on this. So 94% of business-to-business marketers are using LinkedIn right now to distribute content. 50% of the B2B marketers or B2B buyers, 50% of B2B buyers are using LinkedIn when they're making purchasing decisions. And LinkedIn users are 4 times more likely to click on your website than from Facebook. So this data comes directly from HubSpot. You can see the chart on the right hand of the screen here. But you are 4 times more likely to get a click-through if you are marketing your business on LinkedIn than Facebook, because the type of people that are on LinkedIn are specifically tailored to the marketing for like business to business or just business-mindedness in general. Also, 57% of companies have now a LinkedIn company page, which just goes to show you how important it is to have a presence on LinkedIn.
Now, a couple of other interesting facts, just so you know about LinkedIn. There are 500 million users in 200 countries.
And that's a recent milestone for LinkedIn. They just crossed the 500 million threshold in April of this year. This is one of the fastest growing social networks right now. It is continuing to boom. And also, Andros mentioned that Microsoft had purchased LinkedIn, but the growth that's come since that acquisition has been phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely. And then there's 128 million in the United States. So globally, if you want to even get a job in another country, LinkedIn is a really good way. I'm going to share with you my own personal story on how that happened. And then there's 2 new users that join every second. 100,000 articles published each week on LinkedIn. We're going to show you a little bit about how to publish articles and become a thought leader in your own right. And profiles with photos get 14 times more profile views. So if you do not have a photo on your LinkedIn profile, now would be a good time.
That's right. And in fact, Andros often mentions that if you don't have a photo, he will not even connect with you on LinkedIn, because it kind of just shows that you're not serious about marketing yourself and you're not comfortable putting yourself out there. And in 2017, this is an era of transparency, where if you want to market yourself on social media, you have to get over the self-doubts, any kind of thing that's holding you back from posting your content, posting your voice, sharing yourself on social media really has to be worked through, because this is an era where you need to be constantly producing content, producing videos, producing things that get yourself awareness around your brand.
Absolutely.
So the final stat here is that a professional photo makes you 36 times more likely to be contacted. So don't just put a photograph taken off your cell phone in bad lighting that you're wearing your hat backwards and whatnot. You're going to want to put a professional photo. This doesn't mean you have to be dressed up in a tuxedo and look your best. It means that you need to be dressed according to your brand. It means that your photo needs to have proper lighting, and it means that it needs to be professional so that it looks as good as it can.
And if you have a cell phone, you have a portrait studio in your pocket. Cell phones have incredible software now, so there is no excuse to not have a really good picture on your profile. So if you're selling things on LinkedIn, this is kind of interesting. The buying process has changed. When I was in my younger years, I worked as a telemarketer for a computer parts company, and I would have to call the decision makers gatekeeper, and I would ask them, hey, who's the decision maker there? And she, gets 15 calls a day that are similar. It takes 5.4 people to make the average buying decision. However, with LinkedIn, you can directly contact those decision makers. B2B buyers use social media to use for their evaluation. 75% of it want to be more informed on their vendors. So that means if you are doing business with somebody, your LinkedIn profile will be part of that decision-making process. And 76% of buyers want to trust their vendors. They prefer a vendor recommended by their network. And guess what? Your LinkedIn profile is part of your network.
And I just want to add that you do want to watch out for those 0.4 people. So they're kind of a strange bunch.
That's true. That's true. They haven't been fully developed, part of a person. Note about what LinkedIn is and what LinkedIn isn't. What LinkedIn is, according to their mission statement, is to connect the world's professionals to make them more productive and more successful. That does not mean that LinkedIn is Facebook. So there's two philosophies with this. The one philosophy, and this is actually the one that the person who invented LinkedIn goes by, and that is that LinkedIn itself is a social network where the only people you connect with are people that you know and do business with on a regular basis. Personally, I do not subscribe to this. I think that's what Facebook is for. Facebook, I'm very, very careful about who I connect with on Facebook. I won't connect with anyone I don't know personally or have some sort of connection with.
In fact, I want to just add real quick that when you're on LinkedIn, I want everyone here to kind of shift their mentality with this and think of this as an online networking group. If you're at a networking group, are you going to be shy about passing out your business card or passing out your contact information? Or if you're at a job recruiting event, are you going to be shy about passing out your phone number and your contact information? Because if you think of it as that, then you'd understand that it's really, really important to broaden your horizons here. You want to get your profile out there. You want to build awareness around your brand. And even if you're just looking for a job, you still have a brand. Your brand is what you're selling to your company or what you're selling to your clients. And that is why it is so, so important to build your presence here.
Absolutely. In fact, the other philosophy, so the one philosophy is connect to only people you know. The other philosophy is connect to as many people as possible. And that is something that both Justin and I believe in, except unless you're my mother, who I actually sent a LinkedIn invitation to, and she denied it.
And why was that again?
Because she said that since we don't do business together, she found no need for us to actually connect on LinkedIn.
I will share that my mother did connect with me, but she doesn't have a profile picture, so maybe I shouldn't have.
I wouldn't connect with her. I definitely wouldn't.